It's all fun and games till someone gets shot.
Moon, do you want Yoshi to have another counter rage art? I would like it. I rely on the Super Flash so much, bro. The Super Flash is like embedded into my gameplay, but I'm expecting it to not be there. One thing that Harada said that I was thinking about, and I'm thinking about it more and more as I play Tekken 7. He said that every rage art will be done with the same command, down, forward, 1+2. If every character has the same button to do a rage art, what about characters who have 2 rage arts? There probably won't be characters who have rage arts in a stance like Hyrong did. Paul Phoenix rage art cancel probably won't happen again. I mean, it can. Like, they haven't said that it can't, but I'm just saying, like, going off of what they said now, it doesn't look like it. Which that would kind of suck because I like it's not just the same for everyone. You know what I don't want? I don't want a low rage art. Low rage arts are broken. I think low rage arts has its advantages, but I don't know. I feel like in the long run, once you progress in the ranks, it does really help you that much. I kind of like Yoshimitsu's rage art. His rage art, it travels and it has a little bit of track. A lot of the low rage arts have no range to it at all. So I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want a low that has no range. Bro, it's an unblockable rage for Akuma, bro. That is, they're probably, I don't think they're going to do an unblockable rage art again.
See, I jump, brother, I jump. I'm done. Please get me out of here. I've enough of this. I'm done for the next game. Let's get it.
Yeah, the way you escape Akuma's rage art is by jumping, but the only way you know that if it's someone tells you. So that's kind of Tekken not really explaining the game properly. All rage arts should be mid and super negative on block. I don't like that. I wouldn't agree with that because if all the characters have mid rage arts, it's gonna feel the same. Like kind of how I was saying, like Paul Phoenix, you can cancel his. Hyrog's, it's a stance. Akuma's unblockable. Geese Howard has like 2 of them. One of them's unblockable. I like that there's a mixture of rage arts, but I just think, one, they have to do a better job of explaining how to properly defend against it. If you're putting this godlike tool in the game, 1-button KOs, you need to explain how to counter it, right? I want there to be another character who have a rage art that can cancel. Not Paul Phoenix, because Paul Phoenix been there, done that. They should give him something new. Maybe like Armor King or something. Give Armor King a rage art he could cancel. That'd be tight. I think that every fighting game now has one of the supers is always a parry. I'm trying to, was it Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat who had a parry? Oh, it was Johnny Cage, MK9. I'm thinking way back to MK9. Yeah, it was Johnny Cage in MK9. But yeah, so many games have them now. There will be one who has a super parry, even if it's not Yoshimitsu. It makes it more of a memory game. If they're all mids, it's easier for players to remember. Yeah, that's true. I get what you're saying. But here's the thing, right? If they are going a route of making things more easier for players to remember, I think rage arts is the least of the worries. You have characters who got like, I don't know, like when you started talking about like, oh, they should do this so it's easier for players to remember, then the next thing I would throw at you is, what about grabs? What about having grabs that you press X to get out of, Y to get out of, X and Y to get out of? You know what I mean? It's like grabs, in my opinion, is way more problematic than rage art. You know what I would say? I would say make the grab, you gotta press 1 to break every single grab in the game. But make that window extremely small. And depending on what the grab is, you can make it even smaller. Like if it's a giant swing, make that reaction time very, very small. Like maybe like 2 frames, 3 frames. If it's a normal grab, make it like 6 frames. I know Tekken fans would hate it though. I mean, I hate that. I hate how like when someone grab you, oh, try to look at their hands and like see which hand is forward. Come on, bro. You expect me to be able to do that? That's the thing, bro. Even if Tekken explained to you how to stop Eddie, that doesn't mean all of a sudden you could do it. You may know how to do something. Like I can tell you that the Flash is launch punishable. But are you going to be able to launch punish it when I do it? That's the thing, bro. That's why I think Eddie is so top tier. Because there's 2 ways of beating Eddie. Either you guess his mix-ups and you punish him, perfectly, which that takes a lot of skill. Or the other option is, as soon as he go into the stance, you knock him out of it. That takes a incredible amount of reaction time. I think these kind of things people don't consider when talking about how powerful a character is. We only think in terms of, oh, this character is +6, oh, this character is -2, you know, high tier, low tier. Like, I mean, I guess, like, if you applied that same logic to Yoshimitsu, he would skyrocket on the tier list. Reactions and stuff like that, it comes normal to them. They've been playing Tekken for decades. They've been perfect punishing since Tekken 5, Tekken 4. So that's the aspect that they don't even consider, which I think you should. That's probably the biggest thing you should consider. It's not frames, but reaction, punishment. But what do I know? I'm just a scrub, you know? Yo, I have no clue what I'm going up against when it comes to Yoshi. I just see him flipping and I die. Remember when I was talking about if you base a tier list based on how easy or hard it is to react? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Yoshimitsu, you just see him doing stuff and you gotta react. And you probably can't react unless you know the matchup, right? Everything we're doing now is just practice for Tekken 8. Just think of it that way, you know? Win or loss or anything, you know, this is all just practice for Tekken 8. In 1 year, none of our stats will matter. None of our ranks will matter. Nothing matters, you know? So what I would say, like, what you should be trying to focus on is just, one, having fun. That's number one. You gotta have fun. But two, just get used to, like, how players like to react in certain situations and stuff like that. Because even though combos and stuff will change, players will still react the same way. If I put them in a 50-50 mix-up, the way they react now is probably the same way they're going to react in Tekken 8. They're probably going to try to hop kick. They're probably going to try to do a panic heat system or a panic rage art. You know, they're going to do the same things that they're doing now. It's just going to be a little bit different. So that's what I always try to focus on with Tekken is it's a dance, you know, it's a dance back and forth. Like, I do something, you respond. You do something, I respond. It's a back and forth flow. That's how I always play Tekken. I never cared about frame data or labbing matchups. I just react to what the opponent is offering me, and I just go from there, you know. Having fun, right? I need to do that more. That's what I'm worried about. Tekken is different, and I'm still technically a noob. Feeling my noobism are gonna get worse with the new system. Makes me nervous. Bro, my Tekken Attack Tournament 2 experience, like, really, like, if I really think back to Tekken Attack Tournament 2, I got bodied. You guys know, like, the rank Overlord? I was so, like trash at the game. I thought Overlord was, like, a super high rank. When I got paired up with an Overlord, I panicked. I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna beat this person? This is crazy. An Overlord? Tekken Attack Tournament 2, I never ever made it past, like, Brawler or something. Never made it past Brawler. And in Tekken 7, I was expecting the same thing, you know, green rank for life. But I don't know what happened. I just started to understand more. And I was climbing, like, really high, but what really stopped me from climbing was the netcode. That's why I really stopped trying to be good at Tekken. Well, the netcode and the cheaters. But that's why I really stopped trying to be good at Tekken, is because I felt like being good at Tekken was nothing. You have pay-to-win characters. They can get you up the ranks in no time. You have plugging and cheating, and, you know, it was a lot of stuff to make me feel like I'm done chasing ranks. At the end of the day, heat system would be better than rage drives. I think heat system would be better than rage drives, but also I think it's going to take a little bit more ingenuity. Some of the rage drives, Paul Phoenix, it's just one button KOs. You just do the rage drive and it does the same amount as a rage art, except it's not launch punishable. I think Lily has another super OP rage drive. Lucky Chloe, no one talks about her rage drive, but stupid OP. Certain characters, their rage drives is just like one button kill. It's a safe rage art. I think the heat system is going to make a lot of the heat systems work like Yoshimitsu's rage drive. Yoshimitsu, you could do his rage drive, right? Let me do it. Oh, I couldn't do it. Oh, I couldn't do it. Oh, but that. You could do his rage drive, right? But can you follow it up with a combo? That's how the heat system's going to be. You might be able to do the heat and then trigger the dash, But are you going to be able to follow it up with some thing that your opponent isn't expecting? Probably not, you know. Most people are going to do the heat system, and they're probably going to follow it up with the most predictable thing possible and get destroyed. They're probably going to do the heat system into a hell sweep. Yeah, watch, Ari. In Tekken 8, bro, you're going to be a beast. In Tekken 8, you're going to be a beast, and I'm going to be the one asking you for tips and like, I keep losing, what do I do? And you're gonna be like, just hang in there, Moon. You got this. You're gonna overshadow me. You all will, you know? That's the thing I realized too. My job isn't to be the best at Tekken, you know? That's not what my job is. My job is to be the best at Tekken lore. While you guys are labbing the matchups, I am labbing the lore. I second that, Moon. I thought warrior rank was a good rank until I got good enough to get blue ranks. I thought I would never get that high. Yeah, I didn't even know that high existed. I literally thought Overlord was like one of the highest ranks in the game. I was like, because I never even seen anything beyond that. Start labbing pronunciations? What do you mean? What do you mean pronunciations? Like you're saying I don't pronounce stuff correct? What don't I pronounce correct? I'm like a wizard when it comes to words. Moon, make me a sandwich? Dude, are you single? Yo, Moon, do you remember Shin from Tekken Blood Vengeance? And if so, why doesn't Harada include Shin in Tekken games? The only thing that I know about Shin is at the end of Tekken Blood Vengeance, Jin, Kazuya, and Heihachi all fight each other. But you want to know how the fight starts? Kazuya, Jin, and Heihachi is all in the room together. And then Shin is like, I'm going to put an end to this. You guys make me sick, right? He's talking all this trash. He walks up to Heihachi. He was just put there to show that the Mishimas are truly superior.
You do well to know your place. I've had enough of you, 78M. It's time for you to die!
He didn't learn the matchup. He did not learn the matchup. Bro was the same as you, Moon. He knew the lore, but not the matchup. That guy was on the Tekken Wiki when he should have been in the practice mode. Exactly.